Hello again, my name's Gabe Zolna. You know what really has to happen is the American people deserve to know the truth. And what has to happen is that the Speaker of the House, John Boehner, whatever you want to call him. I know his name's Boehner, but I like calling him Boner. What he needs to do is put together another special committee. And an ideal candidate, I think, to head that committee would be Jim Jordan, congressman out of Ohio. Seems like a real straightforward shooter. And what that committee should focus in on is Obama's past. What needs to happen is the Supreme Court Justice, Elena Kagan, needs to be put on the oath, under oath, and asked, why were you retained by Barack Hussein Obama? Why did you bury his past? And what was it about his past that needed burying? The law firm Perkins, Cole, Robertson, Bauer, that's the same law firm that the less than honorable Attorney General Eric Holder Jr. was a partner in. That law firm received between $3 to $5 million. Where did Obama get $3 to $5 million to pay to have his past buried when he wasn't president? He didn't have access to that kind of money, or did he? And if so, from whom? Might that paper trail lead right back to King Abdullah from Saudi Arabia when he was alive? I'm inclined to think so. You have to ask yourself a question. How could Nancy Pelosi have vetted someone that has no visible past? And the past that we do know that he has is frightening. He says he has a Social Security number from Connecticut. Now, he was never in Connecticut when that number was issued. Minor detail. That number also belonged to a person that died. And his mother had access to that kind of information. Or his grandmother, I believe it was his grandmother, had access to that kind of information at the job that she worked at in Hawaii. Perkins, Cole, Roberts, Bauer needs to explain why they were retained and what they accomplished for the fees that they received. Someone needs to explain how a senator, which I guess was what he was at that time, and again I have no idea as to when his past was initially buried, but someone needs to take a look at how did he get $3 to $5 million to pay to have his past buried? Was that gifted to him by King Abdullah? The same way as King Abdullah gifted $20 million to Harvard so Obama could receive attendance and a degree? I'm just asking. Those are the kinds of questions that need to be asked by a special committee. I told you what I think. What do you think? You curious as I am to listen to what the Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan has to say? You curious as I am to listen to what Perkins, Cole, Roberts, Bauer has to say? You curious as I am to hear what Nancy Pelosi has to say? That's what has to happen, folks. But you know what? It won't. They're all in the bag. Obama needs to finish his work. And when he's finished his work, you know that black flag we see so much of in Iraq and in Syria? It's going to be flying from that flagpole that we see on top of the White House. You think not? You're not thinking.